Hip-hop artist Common is known for incorporating activism into his work. He's featured in the critically acclaimed new film, The Hate You Give. This is a knockout movie. Actress Amandla Stenberg plays Star with 2 R's, Carter, a teenager who was forced to find her voice after watching a white police officer shoot her childhood friend. This actress got her big break as Rue in the mega hit The Hunger Games, and she was also featured in Beyonce's Lemonade visual album. I remember that. Star confronts her uncle, a police officer played by Common, about what goes through the mind of an officer.
A lot goes through a cop's mind when they pull someone over, especially if they have to get into a pissing contest with the driver about why they stopped them. It sets off an alarm. Are they hiding something? Is the car stolen?
But you still don't know if they did anything wrong.
That's why we searched them. But if they open the door or reach through an open window, they're probably going for a weapon. So if I think I see a gun, I don't hesitate. I shoot.
Because you think you see a gun? You don't say something first? Like, put your hands up?
It depends. Is it like...
Common and Amandla Stenberg join us at the table. Good morning to you both. That is such a pivotal scene because how he answers that question really changes a little bit their relationship in the movie. What I like, guys, is that the dialogue is so real in this movie, Common.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, Angie Thomas, who wrote the book, wrote an incredible book that's been on the New York Times bestsellers list for like 75 weeks, but...
83 now.
Oh, 83. The facts. And, you know, George Tillman, our director, and our writer who wrote the script, like, I feel like they capture the way people talk, human beings talk, and I think most importantly too, we were able to really get to the core of the truth of what these characters were playing. And it was important for Uncle Carlos, and who I play, and Star, to have that honest conversation about what it is to be a black police officer.
But you know what, guys? I thought we know this story because it's in the news all the time, but we didn't know this particular story because your dad in the movie is a former gang member. You witnessed this, and your dad is encouraging you to tell the truth, which is sort of unheard in the culture about snitching.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, I think what can be powerful about it is how media tends to misconstrue blackness. Hopefully we can postulate it in a way that's truthful and honest, and we're allowed to be open and candid and multidimensional.
Common, you talk about the difficulty of portraying black police officers. What is the truth of that?
Well, the truth is they're human beings, and it's just like we don't want to stereotype black people, we don't want to stereotype all police as bad, but we do have to recognize that there's something in the system that has allowed the police officers to shoot unarmed black and brown people. We have to respect it, understand that that's a problem. But at the same token, we got to figure out solutions, and the reason why it was important for me to play this character is I feel like understanding both sides is one of the ways we get to resolution. We have to listen to each other and figure out the best ways to get to a peaceful place.
Do you view the role that the police officers play in society differently now after this movie?
I do, to a certain degree. I mean, I still, like, there's no excuses for unarmed people being shot 16 times. I mean, we can name so many people.
Right. This is too much.
So I think I do understand that. That's the beauty of acting. You get to understand people's positions even more. So I do respect and understand that, like I said, police officers are not all bad. That would be a bad thing to even think of. But I'm like, what are we going to do to solve this now? Like, what are we doing, like, as a community, as politicians, to just make sure we appoint people who are looking to progress this movement.
It's beautiful written.
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful written.
Well, that's all.
Yeah, beautifully written, beautifully acted, and the reviews are incredible. Variety says the film is entertaining, enraging, and poised to be a hit. And Rolling Stone described your performance, Amandla, as, quote, a gathering storm that grows in ferocity and feeling with each scene.
Grows in ferocity.
Because through you're trying to, in some ways, impart a message.
Yeah, absolutely. Impart a message and hopefully even empower voices, particularly those that have been disenfranchised, especially including young black women, because we really made this film for them, and Angie wrote the book for them.
But your character, Star, you used to call her Star 2.0 because she lives in a black neighborhood, but she goes to a white school.
Right.
And Angie, that was how she grew up too. She said she would leave the house listening to Tupac, but she'd get to school listening to the Jonas Brothers. Which I know is It's true. It's a little code switching.
Yeah.
Talk about that for your character. And she has a white boyfriend in the movie. There's so many very interesting details.
Yeah, I mean, she's a nuanced black person, you know, living contemporary black experience is something that we often have to do is code switch depending on the environment that we're in. Because we understand that blackness is not necessarily accepted into all the spaces that we enter into. And so sometimes it's necessary to be very intentional with how we present ourselves in order to achieve some sort of success, you know, because we understand that sometimes our blackness can be misconstrued as detrimental.
Well, the movie opens limited this week because you got stiff competition, but you've got a bigger release coming because word of mouth is going to sell this movie.
Yeah.
Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
The
Powerful movie.
Hate You Give opens in selected cities today. On today's CBS This Morning podcast, former Cisco Systems CEO and Executive Chairman John Chambers. Up next, all that mattered this week.
I get those goosebumps every time.